Hello, I am His Excellency Dakar, and I am CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools, as well as the Director of Operations at God's U and Global Ovid Day Seminary and University.
Known as God's You. And I am Her Excellency Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, the Chief Servant Leader here at God's You. And it is my honor and privilege today to spotlight one of our top 10 God's You chaplains. I'm so excited to talk to her, Dr. Rachelle Roberts, chaplain. How are you?
I am great, Dr. Diane, and I'm super excited to be here with my God to family.
Oh, we're so delighted to have you. And I want to just tell them this a little bit about you because we could write books, but I'm just like your daughter writing all those books. Dr. Rachelle Roberts, a senior level education administrator, provides academic developmental support for both students and staff. She holds dual master's degrees, MSA and MSW, and is also an alum of Global Overday Seminary and University, where she had her honorary doctorate. She has an in-depth knowledge of the common core values, instructional methodologies, and applicable strategies, and has served as a chaplain for the nation's capital chapter of Jack and Jill of America for 3 years. She has served as a chaplain for Alfred Street Baptist Church Career Development Ministry for 2 years, and also served in the Juvenile Detention Agency for chaplaincy service and private clients. She is outstanding. Today, I just want to ask her, what was your path to becoming a marketplace chaplain?
So, Dr. Diane, in school, I joined my sorority. And I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and one of our executive board positions is a chaplain. And I was in college when I initially joined the organization, and I wasn't happy with the way that the chaplain function was for the actual organization. So I always said, if I could become a chaplain, I could do it better. And I, went to school to become a social worker. On the grad level, I joined our grad chapter, and I actually became a chaplain then. And then I realized I probably needed a little bit of knowledge around chaplaincy. So when I learned of God's You and I learned that you all had a certificate program, it was of great interest to me. But no matter who my client was, black, white, green, boy, girl, 5 years old, 20 years old, the one thing that everybody was looking for was love, right? Love and connecting to a higher power. So one of the things that the chaplaincy program did for me was it gave me structured curriculum and a way to do chaplaincy in a structured way. After I became licensed as a chaplain and I went through the self-study program and took the exam and I got my license, one of the first things I did was I looked for, organizations of which I was already a part of to become a chaplain. So I attend Alfred Street Baptist Church in Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia. And I've always been part of the career development ministry. When we went up for elections, I ran for the office of chaplain and I won. And so I served as chaplain for Alfred Street's career development for 2 years. Then I've always wanted to be a member of Jack and Jill, and I got an awesome opportunity to charter the second DC chapter of Jack and Jill of America. And one of the executive board positions for Jack and Jill is chaplain. So then, I had gone through the self-study. I had become a chaplain at Alfred Street. And because this was chartering a new chapter, I wanted to make sure that our chaplaincy program was solid. And I was the one who had the skills to do that because I was equipped because I had taken the coursework, I had a certification in it, and also had experience doing it. So I started the chaplaincy. Program for my chapter. I'm not the chaplain. Someone else is now an elected officer as a chaplain, but I am like the head of the chaplains. So we have three of us in that group. So usually, one of the roles of the chaplain, one of the main roles is, of course, we pray. in every meeting and out every meeting. Whenever there is unfortunate circumstances in any of our moms' households or things going on, we pray with them, we make sure they're okay, we check on them, send flowers, we visit them in the hospital if they're sick. If there is death in their family, one of us in the group attends the funeral. And that's one of the reasons why, as our chapter grew, we had to grow the chaplains, because we needed to make sure, because sometimes, one person can't cover the whole chapter because they might be busy, but we wanted to make sure that that function always had someone to cover it. And then on top of that, we do weekly prayer calls.
That is
And then,
outstanding. That is
yeah,
outstanding. Tell us some more. Go ahead.
so then I have a contract with an organization called the Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services. And so I go in and do therapy on the girls. So it's a juvenile detention center, and I do therapy on the girls unit. And they have their own in house mental health team. But I do the girls that that their mental health team can't seem to tap into. So I've always understood people in a different way. And so when when their in-house mental health team can't reach um, one of the girls that are in the facility, they reach out to me, and I'm the person that goes in and services those children. And what always happens is, I always, because it's an opportunity, right? I teach them how to pray. I teach them about how higher powers, you know, I teach them about love and how, a lot of times people get in trouble because, everyone's searching for the same thing, for love, but not really realizing that love is inside of yourself, right? And so it's not an external process, it's an internal process. And once you tap into yourself, your inner love, right, then the external part will come, right? But no matter who my client was, it was always they were looking for love, but looking for it externally. And so I've used the chaplaincy and the self study program to help me help those individuals that I've had to come in contact with, which always are the difficult ones, or the ones that the agency has labeled as difficult. But I've always the one I always say, when Dr. Roberts comes, we know she's gonna do whatever she has to do to make sure she grabs that juvenile, puts her arms around them, and gets them to a point to understand what they need to do. And the ultimate goal is to get them out, right?
You've been able to use the training and the procedures and the materials that we've developed here at God's You. And you've been doing this now for 3 years as a marketplace chaplain. A lot of people have the misconception that if you're a chaplain, then you're a pastor or priest. You've shown that you've been able to go into a church, but you've also been able to go into a civic organization. You've also been able to go into a prison and do what you do. You are outstanding, and you are what God's You is about. Thank you for being in our top 10 chaplains for Global Over Day Seminary and University. God bless you, Dr. Rachel Roberts. Thank you.
God bless you as well, and thank you.
Thank you.
Are you interested in enrolling into a chaplaincy program? Here are our best preferred methods. Deposit via Cash App to 301 326 3191, using Zelle 301 326 3191, Apple Pay 301 326 3191, using PayPal, 501c3 nonprofit portal using honors@godsu.org. Deposit directly at a Wells Fargo bank, do an online transfer or wire. Please send a copy of your receipt via email to honors@godsu.org and keep a copy for your record. Wells Fargo bank instructions: bank account 420 Montgomery St. San Francisco, California 94104. Global Ovid Day Seminary and University, Inc. Beneficiary account 3891990370. For international transfers only, SWIFT code BICWFBIU S6S. For wires, route transfer, 12000 248. Thank you for watching. We look forward to having you enrolled.